Hello everyone, welcome to another video. And today, yes, it is 8:50 at night. By the time this is uploaded, this will be probably like at 9. So we are reading chapter 16. So last episode we read chapter 15. So let's get started. Despite the pleading cries of Zuko all night yesterday, you didn't give in and were able to have a good night's sleep. Now you were driving over to the studio to watch Zuko get interviewed. It's not that you didn't want to go. You just wish you could have slept in later. It is the weekend after all. You looked outside of the city. Outside. The city was beautiful in the morning. The sun reflecting off the glass window panes of tall buildings, the smell of coffee in every corner, and flower buds just barely opening. Do you not come out to the city often? Izuku asked, his eyes still focused on the road. You looked over at him and crossed your legs. Well, I go enough to know where everything is, but I don't go too much to witness morning or night in the city. We should go to a club one day, he suggested. Yeah, that'd be nice. But people would recognize you. Oh yeah. Sometimes I forgot that people would even care who I am. His face felt all bit. You leaned over and peeked his freckled cheeks. Even if you weren't the number one hero, I would still care who you are. He smiled at Izuku. Izuku looked at your face for a moment before averting his attention back on the road. Are we there yet? You asked like a little girl, anxious to get to the destination. Yeah, just gotta find parking in this godforsaken place. He mentally cursed. Finding parking was always a tough problem, especially in a busy city like this. The silence. After finding a parking spot, almost a block away from the building, both of you made it into a small studio. It was mainly black with some dark red here and there. There was a separate soundproof room already set up with microphones, headsets, and a few papers, as well as 2 mugs with water in them. You were supposed to stay in the control room and just hear the interview. It was for a broadcast that would invite heroes so they could just chat and ask a few questions. Oh, welcome, a voice greeted them. You turned your head to see the owner of the voice. He looked like a man in his late 30s or early 40s. I'm Akawa Hintoko. He lifted his hand towards Zuko. Let me add a few. Nice to meet you, Akawa. He smiled earnestly. Akawa turned his attention to you. Are you a friend? He purred at Zuko. Yeah, we're friends. He invited me over if that's not a problem. No, not at all. The more, the merrier. Are you a hero as well? I'm Ellen Wyan, otherwise known as Sombra. I'm not very popular. Nonsense. I bet there are people out there who know you. I've heard a bit about you. Your quirk is very interesting. He looked like a fanboy of all things heroes. Just like Izuku, ready to get started. His attention was back on Izuku. Of course, ready when you are. Izuku nodded and smiled nervously. Both men entered the room that was set up with equipment. While you waited outside in the control room with other men who was fiddling with buttons and small levers. You can hear their conversation, but they couldn't hear you. Okay, I'm going to try to get a yawn out before I do this one. Welcome back. Today we have another hero with us. Some of you may know him as the pro hero, Deku. How are you feeling today, sir? Feeling a little nervous, but I bet it'll go away. Very exciting to be on your show, Ezekiel said in his interviewing voice. I'm not fangirling again. Well, we're very grateful to have you in our show. Want to tell us a bit about yourself?
And with the Sweet Beats music mixer, you can make your own. Pick a melody. Pick a rhythm. And then combine them to make a combo that's uniquely you. Click on the banner or go to sweetheartscandy.com to get started.
I'd love to, so you guys already know me as Midoriya, Izuku, or Deku for others. My favorite color is red and I really love eating mothers Kosodum. It's like something with rice. Let's go and search. Okay. Oh, it's like the American fajitas, but you bake it. He chuckled a bit at the end of the sentence. Rumor has it that your mentor was All Might himself. What do you have to say about that? I wish you could just see my face. Zuko looked off into the distance for a bit. Yes, I've heard those rumors a lot. Sadly, I can't reveal too much about my mentor, as he loves his privacy. Let's just say that he was a lot like All Might. Zuko easily brushed off the question. There was a lot of questions, and it was really interesting, but you already know a lot of the basic information. You were now spinning in your chair out of boredness. That's what I would do in boredness. Or boredom. We're almost out of time, but the last question has been itching. I've been itching at every one of your fans for a while now. And that question would be, Izuku asked, are you in any relationship as for now? The man looked up at Izuku, plainly expected an answer quickly. Yes, I am, he said plainly. Oh really, who is it, if you don't mind me asking? He said intriguing. It's Ellen Land, also known as Sabra. Izuku smiled. Widely, you could feel joy gushing out of him. You almost fell off your chair as Here, Mortiz said it so bullfully you screamed in your head. Oh, really now? He looked over in your direction. How long have you been going steady? A few months now. Wow, amazing. Usually pop heroes are too busy to even consider dating. Sorry, I read that too fast. Maybe I should read it slowly now. After this yawn. Maybe 10 of this will be uploaded. Wow, amazing. Usually pro heroes are too busy to even consider dating. Let alone dates each other. Some break up almost a weekend. Yep, you could say that. I've had a few other experiences like that. He stopped and laughed along with him. This one is different though. Just different. Oh, don't know people too much in this video. Next time, we should have you both come in because unfortunately that's all the time we have, folks. Tune in next time. The guy across from you pressed the button which turns off the neon signs that said on air. Izuku and Aqua both came out laughing and patting each other back. That was amazing, he said. Congrats on the both of you. I wish you both a happy life. Thanks, but it sounds like we're a newly married couple. He giggled. Well, that does. I don't doubt it happening soon, he smiled. Marrying Izuku would be nice, but it's still too early to tell. Dead silence. Okay, we don't have much. Was that your definition of handling it? You teased. Yep, it went pretty well, don't you think? I did. Now wait for the paparazzi and crowd to happen. You sighed. Izuku patted your head to reassure you that it's only been a trend for a little while. I'm sure you'll be fine. He opened the door to the car to let you in before he got in himself. You ready to go? Yeah. Yes, let's go home. You cheer. You sure do love home. He chuckled. You're coming over to my house, though. Your mouth dropped open. I'm gonna make you food. He squealed. Just so dumb, to be exact. Just talking about it makes me want some. But that was your mom's custom. Tell me in the comments below if I said that right. You were confused. Did he have a recipe? Exactly. He looked over to you and smirked. We went over to my mom's house. It's about time you two met. God. I'm probably gonna do the best income Midoriya impression. What? You can't do this. I'll look horrible, you warned. Nonsense, you look like that every day. You laughed a bit. You slumped back in your chair with your arms crossed. Funny joke, Midori, he said seriously. Oh, come on. I was only joking. Besides, my mom already knows we're coming. Can't cancel now. He laughed sinisterly. You looked over at him and laughed as well. He really couldn't laugh evilly, and it was funny to hear him try. Oh my god. Oh my god. Next episode will be chapter 17, which looks like this. So I hope you enjoyed this chapter. I know I usually put 2 or 3 chapters in one. But maybe I can just read chapter 17. Alright. Hopefully I don't yawn. Frick. If you haven't heard, I do have a My Hero Academia X Reader playlist. There will be other future My Hero Academia characters X Reader. Alright, this is chapter 17. After about 20 minutes of continuous driving, you both had finally gotten to your destination. The whole ride you were anxiously fiddling with your hair, fingers, and just about anything you could fiddle with. Your legs bounced up and down rapidly, and you were a bit biting your lip. You opened the door of Izuku's small car, and eyed the house. It was really cute and small. After all, it was only Midoriya-san who lived here. That means Inka. Inka Midoriya-san. Because san means a female. Kun means male. Put in the comments below if that's right. After I started bringing in a lot of money, I bought my mom a house. She always wanted one. Izuku's green eyes sparkled so bright in the afternoon sun. That's nice. I bet you were the best son anyone could ask for. He smiled I can't say that word because I'm gonna sound it out. Unconspicuous. Izuku blushed a bit. Sure, he'd been complimented many times, but it was different coming from you. He came up to you and held your hand, leading you up to the steps of the house. Your lip line was trembling, and your legs were about to give in any second. Izuku pressed the doorbell, which echoed throughout the house. You hear small steps behind the door, trying to get to the door. Open quickly. The locks were being unlocked, and the door creaked open, revealing a smaller lady about 5'3". She had straight green hair, almost exactly like Izuku's, but big green eyes that were more than welcoming. You slowly felt your knees becoming stronger, and your lips stopped quivering. Welcome. You must be Ellen Wayne, right? The small lady hugged you tightly as if you had known each other for a long time. Yep, that's me, but you can just call me YN. You returned a small smile. Next time I might have a name. If I can come up with one. Alright, YN, you can just call me Inko. Both of you come inside. You walked in, I'm having trouble with words. Why I'm having trouble with words? I don't know. Examined the modest and quainted place. It looks like a lot like a new house. I guess she's really clean. Oh, I made plenty of katsudon. You know, it's been my baby's favorite food since he was in middle school. Inko motioned for both of you to sit on the islands situated next to the kitchen. The katsudon smelled amazing and you couldn't wait to dig in. Mom, I'm not a baby anymore. Izuku walked alongside his mother and helped her reach for things that were out of her reach. You couldn't help but laugh a little at Izuku's remark. The place felt like home already. Inko passed over a bowl of custard on the island table. On the island. That's like a little counter table. Sit down and eat. I'll help Inko then. Izuku looked over at you and nodded. He made his way in and sat down at the island while you walked over next to Inko. Here, let me help. He reached over for a bowl and put some rice from the rice cooker into it. You moved over and put the egg in after following by the pork cutlet with some condiments on top. Wyan-chan, do you cook often?
Fighting cancer doesn't start in a lab.
Inko looked up with a cute little face that made you want to pinch her cheeks. Oh, well, yeah, I usually cook dinner for myself, and sometimes Zuko if he's home. It's definitely not gourmet like your dishes, though. Oh, nonsense. I bet Zuko loves her food. Not as much as yours, that's for sure. You giggled. We should all sit and eat together. You both made your way to the island and took a seat next to Inko. The smell of the pork and eggs make your mouth water. Ida Dakamatsu. That's how you say it. You said before digging in. I think that's like an amen in Japanese. After enjoying Inko's food, you all sat down and talked after a bit while with someone. How'd you both meet? Inko asked. You and Izuku both said at the same time. Well, you started. I just moved into the apartment where Izuku lives as well, and we happened to stumble upon each other in one of the hallways. You intentionally left out the part where Izuku was hammered. That means exhausted or broken up. I grew interest in her. Asked her out somewhere near December at Kasuki's wedding. Izuku finished. He was thankful you didn't mention that part where he was wasted. Amazing, that's so sweet. It's already April, so you both have been dating for almost 5 months. Yeah, but we've known each other like since October, said Izuku. That's wonderful. You know, Izuku's father proposed to me after 5 months of dating. You know, when you get married, you almost spit your white out to the perfect couches at her remarks. Instead, you gulped it down. Married? Mom, it's the 21st century. Usually people marry after a year or so. Zuko said nervously. He looked over and he was as red as a beet. Like a rutabaga beet. Oh yes, you're right. The young ones these days. Inko put a hand up her cheek and tilted her head to the side. It looks as if she was reminiscing about when she was younger. Izuku, why am I old? Izuku, dear, can you go wash the dishes? I'll stay here and chat with Wyan for a bit. Oh no, it's okay. I can wash the dishes, you offered. No. Women shouldn't be stuck in the kitchen the whole time. Just relax for a bit, Inko said. Okay. But if you need me to do something, I'm more than happy to do it. Just breathe. Of course. Now let me get a box. She walked over to the smaller room used for storage and took out a cardboard box labeled Zuko. What do you guys think is in the box? She brought it over and opened it. It was mostly pictures of Zuko when he was younger, but there were also a lot of All Might things. You scanned the baby pictures and took one out when Zuko was wearing an All Might onesie. It was really cute. He was in a heroic stance, and Zuko's mom was really right next to him wearing a blanket over herself. Let's see that. This is it right now. Oh, help me. I am here. Zuko loved to play that game when he was younger. I had to pretend to be a damsel in distress, the music victim. You both look so happy. You still do, actually. You're a great mother. He smiled down at the picture. Thank you. I bet yours was great too. Nick responded. He looked up at Inko and smiled. You teared up a bit. Oh, because I like my sad depression. 3, 2, 1. No, actually. She was another again, Mother. A tear slipped down your cheek. You wished you couldn't had a normal, loving childhood. Oh dear. If you don't mind me asking, why wasn't she? You can tell me all about it. Inko put her warm hand on your shoulder. You nodded slowly and told her basically what you told Zuko. Minus the ex-boyfriend part. I'm so sorry you had to go through that. If you ever need a motherly advice, then I'm right here. You're welcome to come whenever. Inko wrapped her arms around your frame. She was really soft and warm. She felt like a dream. Thank you so much, Inko said. I'm afraid I've overstayed my welcome. You looked outside and were supposed to see that it was already night. No, you guys should stay the night. I have a room prepared for things like this. She got up and led you over to a room that was across from the living room. It was a nice room. It was a nice room with a big bed and a bathroom in it. I have extra pajamas too, so don't worry and just stay. Inko was practically begging you with her big puppy dog eyes. Now I know where Zuko gets his begging skills. You really couldn't say no to her, so you said out of a small, okay. When Zuko was done with the dishes, he heard the news and almost jumped in the arms of excitement. Does that mean I get to eat your breakfast? Zuko said like a little kid.
Oh my god.
Yep. Huh. I make lots of food, Zuko agreed. Hey Zuko, you called out. Yeah, what's up, lad? Zuko replied. Can you hand me a pair of pajamas? You're still not in the shower, Zuko complained. No, I named my time. Look, when you hear the water coming out, you can put the pajamas on the counter next to the sink. Sure thing, just hurry up. I also need a shower. He closed the door and looked in the mirror. Your makeup was still intact, so you took a small cloth from your emergency bag and wiped it all off. There wasn't any differences. You only used makeup to enhance your real beauty. You took off all your clothes and soaked in the shower. The dolls were hot and cold, so just in to be just the way you like it. The water came out to splash to make you wet. The shampoo that was in the smelled amazing, and thank God there was conditioner. You heard the door open slightly. It was just Zuko putting the extra pair of pajamas on sink. You didn't mind him coming in since it didn't matter. But curtains still soon opened to let the cool night air. You turned around and closed it, but Zuko was right there, with one towel covering his lower parts. Zuko. Zuko. He clamped your mouth shutting before you could scream and possibly alert the whole neighborhood. He raised a finger up to his mouth. Slowly, you kept the volume down. Zuko, you whispered, screamed. What the hell are you doing? It's faster this way. Besides, I'm gonna help scrub your back. He said with a little smirk. No, no, no. Your face fluttered up with Zuko dropping the towel and get the water with you. Let's call this punishment let's call this punishment for last time. He whispered malevolently. You flowered your brow and looked up at him. He's so close. You pushed him rapidly, chest away. But he pulled you and kissed you. You wanted to stop. You really did. But you also wanted to continue. Your lips gave in and moved along with his rugged, scarred hand moved along your waist and felt every inch of your body. It sounds like the SEX thing from like the Halloween special I read with like the villain deco. Your hand felt his creaved abs and his muscly back. It was like your sense of touch had been hilted to the point where you could feel every drip of water hitting your back. Zuko was getting impatient and trailed his thumb from your collarbone down to the bottom of your stomach. Your face was red and you were flustered. He wanted to climax and he wanted it now. You weren't resisting, so you let him continue by kissing him. After last night's event, you both slept unseated well and ate a whole bunch because doing that really does drain you. Yesterday was the first time you took Zuko in. You didn't regret it because he treated you very gently and wouldn't stop if he thought you didn't like it. You were both now driving back home, and you were holding a little box wrapped nicely with a bow on top. Nico had given it to you under the strict rule that you open it at home when Zuko's not snooping. It was killing you wondering what was inside, but to pass the time you just thought how much Inko really felt like your adopted mother. You wanted to do all things mothers and daughters usually do together, but you also remembered, oh crap, it's just he did it in his mother's house. You racked your brain trying to figure out why you couldn't be stronger and say no. I guess you just didn't want to pass up the chance to become one being with Zuko. You smiled fervently and blushed a bit at the apples of your cheeks. It was really one crazy day yesterday. So I guess that'll be it for today. Now see you in the next video. Bye.